Welcome back, everybody. This is Tim, and this is another Real Ideal Gear Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SteelDive 1970 Willard watch. This is a watch that you can purchase off of AliExpress, and in my opinion, this might be one of the best watches that you can get for the money, and it might actually be one of the best watches in that sub $500 category. And I think that says a lot to the quality of the watch. Once you kind of get over that $500 value, you're getting into some better movements, and I think that's the difference there. But if you're looking at the NH35 movement, there's nothing better than this watch that I can see. So let's get into this. We have 5 things that we'll be looking at: size, fitment, finish, and accuracy, legibility, and lume. The first things first, size. It's a larger watch. There's no doubt about that as far as just the overall dimensions of the watch. Surprisingly, it sits low on the wrist. It's not a very tall watch, and I think that has to do with the crystal being subdued as far as the overall height of the watch. And for some reason, they're able to engineer this watch to be on the thinner side for a watch of this particular size. It is a heavy watch, but at the same time, the strap and the clasp add some counterbalance or some counterweight to it, which really keeps the watch steady on the wrist. And I think that's something that's very comfortable to wear as a result of that design. The fitment, the push button, clasp release, and then also the micro adjusts, all those things together make for a very easy fitting watch. It's very comfortable. Even the case, I've heard over and over again, the cushion case is a comfortable case to wear. And I looked at it as like, how is that comfortable? It doesn't seem like it would be, but it actually is. And so I think this is something to keep in mind when it comes to purchasing this watch, that it really is, for the size, a very easy fitting, nice, comfortable wearing watch. The finish is excellent. Again, for the price, I just don't see how you're going to get any watch with greater finish for the dollar value. It has sapphire crystal. The second hand has a little red, little red dot next to a white dot on the second hand, which really helps it stand out. So that's easy to see. We'll get to that in the legibility and lume. Pin links, I guess that might be a drawback as far as when you're taking out links to size the watch. You just have to make sure you watch those pins to make sure that they're staying in, and if they're not, you may have to have swap out pins, put another pin in that has a little better, a little more compression inside there. But excellent clasp. Accuracy, no issues with accuracy at all. I use this with the power tools that I have, and I've been wearing this for quite a while. You'll see I do the infamous chainsaw test, and it worked out just fine. No noticeable difference at all on accuracy before and after. Legibility and lume. This is where I think this watch is surprisingly good. Even for a yellow dial, and you'd think, yellow dial is kind of a lighter dial, but it's not. It's actually kind of a deep yellow. And then the white hands and the white indices on there really stand out well. And again, that red on the second hand is just a nice touch against everything else that just helps the second hand stand out from really the other two hands, the hour hand and the minute hand. The date is nice and big. The 12 o'clock is noticeably different from the other indices, so it's easy to see that. The lume on this is outstanding. This is on par with some of my best micro brand watches, which have some of the best lume in the industry, really. And so the legibility in low light and nighttime conditions are awesome. It lasts through the night. It's easy to read. I can see the 12 o'clock easily. The date window is great. It's a nice deep yellow. It's just a beautiful watch. It really is. And the dial, you got the different indices for 12, 9, and 6, and that's great. It balances well on the wrist. The bezel is great for timing things. It's got a good click. It's accurate. I don't notice any backplay on it at all, so it's nice and tight that way. It does a great job of timing things, and so you get a nice added feature with that. Overall, I think this is the best value for a watch on the market today, and I highly, highly, highly recommend the SteelDive 1970 Willard for anybody interested in it. And also, if you're like me and you were kind of hesitant on a Willard style cushion case watch, give it a go. It's hard to explain. It is fantastic. So again, if I was to give this score for the watch overall, I'd say this is a 9.5 out of 10. The pin in the links is probably the only ding, the major ding in this whole watch. Everything else, this is a fantastic dive watch, tool watch that you can wear with confidence, and it looks great. It fits great. It doesn't stand too tall, and highly recommend. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Let me know what you think. Do you have any watches that are similar to this? How does the Seiko, the actual Seiko that this is, and mimicking, how does that compare to this? I think it does a fantastic job. And also be on the lookout for other videos. I do have a few other channels. I have to this channel, I'm going to be adding some lawn maintenance videos for you guys that are out in the lawn maintenance company or lawn maintenance world. Keep an eye out for that. I also have a separate channel altogether. My wife and I, who are both, I'm formerly in education, and she's also an educator, and we talk education and politics and a little bit of faith in there as well. So that's in a different channel. That'll be coming up soon. You'll hear about that. But any comments or questions that you have, please let me know. I appreciate your time, and we'll catch you next time.